Hello and welcome to our Cards and Cardboards Let's Play. Today my wife and I are going to be playing Battlecon, which we reviewed earlier in a movie, and kind of promised that we might try some actual play content, so that's what we're going to kind of do here today. So this is kind of just the standard setup of a board here when you first start off. What you're going to do is you're going to have 2 life dials and a timer here, which keep track of everything. Basically, both players start with 20 health, and you have 15 rounds to reduce that life to 0 before they reduce yours to 0. Otherwise, it's a tie, or it's whoever has the most life points left. You know, just like a standard fighting game. So, what you do here to set up, as I was kind of demonstrating in the video before, you have these standard bases here, which we're playing with the alpha bases, or the standard bases as they're called, and the special action card. I have chosen to play Aria, who is a kind of interesting, well, if you look here, a disruptor type character. I think she's more of a kind of tactician. She's got some interesting abilities that move her around the board and utilize these little robots that I put down on the board that'll hinder my opponent and overall just help me out. So, as part of that, I've taken the rest of her kits, which is her styles and her unique base, her finisher, and I've chosen the alpha finisher, which if I ever get to use it, we'll explain it then. Just know that once one of the players reaches 7 life, they can actually use their finisher if they feel like it. Mainly if they still have their special action card left, which is a one-time per battle thing. We're only going to play a single match today because most of the time this is 2 matches that you're going to play, you know, best 2 out of 3. We don't have quite the time for that, and plus we think that that's not really... It's too much time to dedicate to putting up a video. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a single match here.
Hi, I'm Christy Hernandez. I'm the one who basically edits and records the Cards and Cardboard reviews.
Yeah, I do all the scripting and, of course, all the front talking work here.
Yep.
Not to say that my wife doesn't help out with that either, but she helps me give a second opinion on most of the games we play. So what character are you playing today, dear?
Well, I'm going to be playing Runika. I have never played her before, but she looks interesting. Well, she's a brawler type.
Oh, that sounds perfect for you.
Yep, difficulty beginner, so fingers crossed.
Yep.
Yep, she's got a lot of artifacts that are active and sometimes get inactive when she gets hit. So, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of think of her as like a pre-buffed character, but every time she gets hit, she gets just a little bit weaker. So basically, she's just going to have a lot of extra buffs. What's your finisher?
My finisher is...
the beta finisher?
Yeah, the beta finisher. Start of beat, activate all of Runika's artifacts. And the artifacts are not disabled when I get hit this beat. And then I get to choose one of my artifacts and it gains overcharge.
Okay. So her cards there have like a special ability above what they already do. So it's a more powered version of what they do, basically.
Yep.
Mine, basically, for my finisher, as I was going into before, basically allows me to move around and hit my opponent very well. And basically the range is wherever droids are, or these little tokens. So that's kind of an idea. So we're going to take it up to finishing up the setup here, which basically, due to the new Battlecon standard, we kind of are just 2 spaces apart at the beginning instead of these little circles, which is 3 spaces apart. I believe the reason for that change was because they wanted to make the game even more aggressive than it already was. So, also part of the setup, what we did is we actually traded reference cards, which each character has all their base, or all their styles listed on here. You can see like the little shapes up here and what abilities they have and what kind of benefits they provide, and then also like a little cheat here on how to know what you're facing. Second part of the setup here is we're going to choose 2 sets of cards from our attacks and bases. These can be the ones listed with the little 2 or 1 in the corner. Most of the time
Well, it sometimes helps to just...
Yeah, you get to customize it as much as you like, really. It's more just like what attacks don't you think you're going to need at this time?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm getting rid of some stuff I don't think I'm going to utilize at this moment. So at this time, basically, we get into kind of what's called the anti phase. Right now, I don't have anything I can anti, except for when I start the game, I actually get to choose one of these little droids, and it starts on my location. Do you have any special abilities that start off on you, other than all your stuff is on?
All of my stuff is active.
Okay. So what would happen here is you've got little circular tokens that some characters have so that they can put into this anti-pool area, and that'll be basically special abilities that will give them maybe like extra priority or extra damage, or fuel to activate some of their attacks and spells or whatever. So we're going to kind of be skipping that step for the most part. Officially, what you do start with those, you pick out your attack pair, which a red card and a blue card. So I'm going to go ahead and set down something like, this, and how about this? How about this? There. So I've got my attack pair set. Alright, so Chris and I both set our attack pairs down.
Yep.
We would go to the anti phase, but we have nothing to anti.
Mm-hmm.
So now we get into the reveal. Now I have a priority of 3.
And I have a priority of 3.
Okay, so what we would have here normally would be a clash. I have a 3, she has a 3 for total priority. However,
my artifact gives me a +2 priority.
Yep. So that's always active, right?
Yep, it's active unless you deactivate it.
Alright, well I can't do anything with it right now.
Okay, that's pretty sweet.
My attack pair basically only has one special ability, and that's if the dampening droid is between you and me, I cannot get hit, but that is not a possibility right now. So,
gotcha.
However, I do have a special ability as well. When I reveal this attack pair, I get +4 priority if I'm standing on the same space as this specific droid.
Oh, okay.
So I'm at actually 6 priority, or 7.
Okay. So you start first?
Okay. So I don't actually have any sort of special things here. We're going to go into the activating the attack pairs. So we reveal the attacks. We would have clashed, but we both have special abilities. So now we perform all start beat effects. Christy, do you have a start beat effect?
I do not.
I also do not. Alright. So basically at this time, I'm going to reveal that I'm doing my attack pair. If you want to see it on the camera here, we will actually have a little thing up there, scans of this.
Mm-hmm.
So the range for this is actually +1 and 2, so that's a total of 2 to 6 for range. So I checked the range. Christy is within 2, or rather Runika.
Yep.
So I successfully hit her. I have no special on-hit effects, and I don't have any special on-damage effects either. So I just end up doing her 2 damage.
Okay.
So that's just a simple 2 damage to her.
Okay, and since I have stun guard 5, I can still do my action.
Alright, so quick question here. When I hit you, do I get to deactivate something right away? Or do I get to do it at the end of the beat?
Let's see.
It's gotta be on the back of this card.
Yeah. Pretty sure it's right away.
Yeah, the first time she is hit by an attack each beat. So, do you have anything that gives you extra power? I believe maybe this one.
Yeah, +1 power.
Yeah, we're going to turn that off.
Okay.
Because I don't want to take more damage. That would be what we call in the biz a bad trade if I dealt a little bit of damage to her, but I took more from her. So,
okay.
Now we go for your attack pair. I dealt 2 damage to you. Do you have stun guard?
7.
Alright, so Christy has stun guard. That means if she...
I have 2 soak. Also.
Jeez.
Wow.
Serious?
2 soak, stun guard 3 actually, so that's 8.
Wow. Are we sure those all start on? Yikes.
Yeah, and you deactivate them through powers and stuff.
Wow.
And get hit. She starts out really powerful and then gets weaker.
Yeah. they stop working immediately though when you get hit. So that just means I'm gonna have to hit her more, folks. She didn't actually take any damage, but she still got hit. So that does mean that she does have to still deactivate something. There is a difference between dealing damage and just dealing blows. So.
Okay.
With your Mighty Stun Guard 7, that's more than 2 damage, and more with the Soak, that's actually no damage. So.
Yep.
That means that your attack pair will go off. So.
Okay, and my attack pair goes off. Before activating, I advance 1 space.
Okay, so you move forward.
Yep, I will hit you for 3 damage.
Okay, I do not have any sort of armor for that, so I have been officially stunned.
And I have to push you 1 or 2 spaces.
Alright, do you want to push me 1 or 2?
I'll do 2.
Okay. So there you go. I have no special abilities that happen if I get stunned. So basically, I got damaged, I got stunned. We are pretty much done because we've done the whole attack pair activating. So we're actually going to do this phase called recycling, where we're going to take these attack pairs and kind of slide them down. And now we are going to change it up a bit more. So, going to take you back to the overhead real quick, and as we prepare for our next round. Now that we've finished the first beat, we're going to advance the beat clock by 1. Again, remember, we're playing up to 15 rounds here, so hopefully one of us will be able to kill the other by then. Alright, so I've set my attack pair down.
Okay.
And Chrissy has chosen hers. So now we're going to go right into beat 2 and show you what we got here. So I have a total of priority 4.
And my priority is 5.
Okay.
For the +2.
So, quick questions here. So, we did not clash. So now we do start of beat effects, starting with you.
Start of beat, I activate 1 artifact of my choice. If I do, and I'm hit during this beat, the artifact will be deactivated rather than the opponent choosing one.
Alright. Alright, so I have a start of beat effect as well. Each opponent is pulled 1 space towards my Menenda droid.
Okay.
And that is not an optional thing. I actually have to do that. There are things that will say you may do something. In this case, I cannot.
So, my hit goes off first, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, because I had a reveal effect that isn't going to change anything. The reveal was the nearest opponent's base has priority 3 instead of its printed value. So you actually still go even faster than.
Okay.
Yeah. So Chrissy takes the priority yet again.
Yep, priority, since you turned this to 3, that's going to be 6 total priority.
Yeah, against my 4.
Yep.
Doesn't really matter because she had more priority anyways.
Yep, and I have a power total of 5 because of the Battle Fist that I flipped. So that's 5 coming right at you.
Okay, I have nothing to block the stun, and this is where I find out that this character needs to find a better way of dealing with rushdown characters, because I can't really do much now. The only benefit I do have is that next beat, while she's standing on my droid there, she is at negative things. So I would have a before activating effect here. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen because I got stunned. So I'm going to go ahead and advance my life down to 12 and weep, as I have dealt no damage to my wife, and she has all of her stuff on again. However, I believe at the end of beat now.
Yep, at the end of. Well, we haven't got to the end of beat yet.
Well, my stuff is over, so.
Oh, okay.
Now we're doing end of beat.
Okay, end of beat. I deactivate 1 artifact of my choice. I will take these phase goggles.
Okay, so she's turning off 1 of her cards.
So I no longer have the increased range.
Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and cycle.
Yep.
So, again, I'm not even going to bother putting the camera on me because I had nothing. So I need to pull something on my butt real quick to get out of this. So, okay, so going into the anti-phase, which again we don't have, and then right to the reveal phase. Priority 10.
Priority 5.
-1.
-1?
Yeah, because while you're standing on that, your priority is -1.
Ah, gotcha.
So I have a dash, which means I can move some range here. I can move 1, 2, or 3 spaces, and if I move past my opponent, I cannot be attacked. And then I also have an after activating thing where I can place a turret from the supply onto where I am at right now.
Is this the start of beat, or?
Oh, actually no. So, go ahead and do your... It was right here.
Yes.
Okay.
Start of beat, pull the nearest opponent up to 1 space.
Okay. So I didn't have a start beat, she did. Now that we're past that, now we go into the activations, which is move 1, 2, or 3. And then I'm going to go ahead and place my, let's go ahead and place my turret down here, so that way if she ever ends up here, she loses 1 life via life loss. Basically, I don't resolve my on-hit effect here, which we'll have up on the camera feed, but after activating, I do get to place another droid from the supply into my space. So that's giving me a little bit more control and a little bit more maneuverability. Not to mention I'm not going to be taking damage for those turns, so that's also a good thing. So my activation is done. Because I have 2 after activating things on my attack pair. I get to choose which order I want to resolve those. I could have left a turret back there, or a dampening field, but that really wasn't going to help me that much as putting more stuff on the field for my inevitable conquest of the field. So here's hoping that that'll actually work out.
Good luck.
I'm having issues disrupting Christy because her stun guard is so powerful. Not to mention with the soak, it is very hard for me to deal with that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, and I have an after activating effect. That is activate 1 deactivated artifact. And it can't be deactivated if I'm hit this speed.
Okay, so again, she's turning on her nonsense powers.
Yep, super nonsense powers.
Well,
Super nonsense.
This is getting rough because I got to find ways to hit her and also avoid her. So we'll see what I can do. So this is what we call a null beat up there. So what we're going to do is basically cycle the time, cycle our attack pairs. Nobody dealt damage to each other. And we're 1 round closer to the end of the game. However, I have lost my ability to dodge away again for at least 2 more turns. So Christy might take advantage of that. I'm not sure. She might try something of her own.
Okie doke.
Alright. So again, set the attack pair. Christy's set, I'm set. We have no ante. I'm just kind of repeating this because it's something you need to get ingrained in there, because once you forget it, you can kind of start messing up. So
Reveal.
Reveal. I've got priority 5.
And do you have anything on reveal or not?
I do have it on reveal. If the opponent is at range 3, this attack also has +2 power.
Nice. Well, I have priority 6.
-1.
-1, so that's 5. So is that a tie?
So that is another clash. So now we gotta kind of deal with this. Since she was at 3, I actually have +2 power, so if I'm gonna utilize this, I really gotta be able to hit her. Now, thankfully, she can't really do much advancing anymore with using the drive. But I also have to worry about the fact that this thing does give me +2 range here. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is...
Wait, is your range 4 to
4 to
5?
5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yep. So we're going to see if this works out. So
9. Okay. Versus 6.
Again, take your other base back to your hand. So what happened here is now I have a 9 grasp, which grasp is one of your faster priorities, but mixed in with my dimensional, it's really nice. So I got her at range 3, so that means that my attack's going to have 2 more power. So how is this going to help me, you may ask? Well, I have no starter beat effects. Do you?
No.
Alright, so we go right into before activating. I don't have any. So I check range, 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. Then I do an on-hit. So I get to move you one space.
Okay.
I'm going to choose to move you back one. Then I deal damage. So it's 2 plus 2 minus 1, so
3.
3.
Okay, so that's 1 damage since I have 2 soak.
And we're going to turn off your soak.
Okay. Would that go into effect after or before you hit? Oh, it's after you hit, right?
Well, let's see. According to the ruling here on your card, first time you're hit by an attack each beat, the opponent may choose to deactivate and one of these 5 cards. Its effect stops working immediately. So, if you're going by the rules, we deal with the on-hit effect first,
Okay.
and then if the attack hit, do damage.
Okay.
So that would
So it's
mean
an on-hit effect. Okay.
so that would mean full damage.
Okay, so I'm at 17 now.
All right. So we knocked her down a little bit.
Let's see, stun guard is still at 3. So
Yeah. So she still has a lot of stun guard because stun guard and soak both kind of stack on each other. In the sense where they not only help you not get stunned, but if you do have multiple sources, they do mix with each other. So if you've got stun guard 2 and stun guard 2, all of a sudden you're at stun guard 4, right?
yeah, I just realized. I'm not going to be able to move much, but I have a before activating advance on space.
Okay. And then I have an end of beat where I can move to any space.
Okay.
Do you have an end beat?
No, I don't. They're all on hits.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to take the advantage and maybe jump back a little bit further.
Okay.
However, I do know that you still have that drive in your hand now because we bounced off each other the first time there. Alright, so we cycle our attack pairs. We advance our clock up to turn 5. We're now a third of the way done with the game. Although my health is almost at half. So, now here's the hard part. So, we're going to reveal attack pairs. I have priority 3.
I have priority 5 plus 2 minus 1, so 6.
Okay, so I got beat out.
Mhm.
So, just for reference here, I do have stun guard 5. So,
Okay.
it will be hard for you to stun me.
Okay. So I have a start of beat, activate 1 artifact. If I get hit, that artifact will be deactivated.
Alright.
And, okay.
I do not have a starter beat. However, the range for my attacks is calculated from any droid.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so before activating, advance 1 or 2 spaces. I'll do 2. And I have the +1 range over here.
Yep.
So I will hit you for 5 damage.
So that is enough to hit my stun guard, but I am still able to attack backward. I'm going to calculate my range from the turret and deal 4 to you in kind.
Okay.
Again, we're going to deactivate your soak.
Well, you have to, because it's...
Oh,
That's what the card says.
if you get hit, does that deactivate?
If it gets hit, the one that got activated gets deactivated.
Okay, so it's not like I get to deactivate 2 then?
No.
Darn.
That comes at the end when I choose which one's deactivated.
I would have an extra thing here. End of beat, each opponent at range 3 from my droid, or turret droid here, would lose 3 life. However, since she advanced on me, she is not at range 3 anymore for that.
How much did I get hit for again?
4.
4.
So, again, not the best trade, but I am trading
Okay.
reasonably well. However, I need to hit her just a bit harder and keep her stuff down.
So that's 13 to 7.
Yeah.
And I choose which one to deactivate.
Oh, so I am essentially deactivating 2 here.
But you don't get to choose
But I
which
don't get
one
to
it
choose the
is.
first one.
I think I'll do the power.
Okay, so that's making things a little easier on my end. I can kind of get some breathing room, but she's already dealt her damage, so
Yep.
it's going to be really hard.
Now cycling.
Cycle. And advance the beat up to number 6. So, Oh, getting tight here, folks. I'm gonna have to figure out how I can beat her.
Would this make you lose 1 life too, or is it just
No, it's just opponents.
Okay.
My droids only affect opponents. Alright, folks, here's our next beat. Priority 10.
Priority 5. Yeah, 5.
Okay, so this is going to be kind of another null beat because I'm doing another dash. So I have no on-hit effect here because I'm not actually hitting you because I can't do that.
Start of beat.
So your starter beat goes off first.
Pull you 1 space.
Okay, perfect. This looks kind of familiar. So then I can move 1, 2, and 3, and I can go ahead and put my little dampening droid down as well.
Can you have 2 in the same location?
That is a good question. Alrighty. So yeah, there's nothing here that says they can't be in the same space.
Okay.
They just both are active on that space.
Awesome.
So that's my 2 after activating effects. Do you have any after activations or end of beats?
I can't hit you this turn, right?
No, because I moved past you with dash.
Okay. Then nope. Just stun guard.
Okay, nothing that turns on or turns off anything?
Nope.
Alright, well that's a successful null beat where I kind of turned out a little bit ahead by getting yet another droid onto the field. So we're on beat number 7. We're looking close to the end here, folks.
Okay.
Alright, kind of going on a limb here that I'm going to survive another round, but priority 2.
Priority 6.
Okay. So starter beat effects, yours start first.
No, I just have soak 1 for each deactivated artifact.
Okay. I have a starter beat, retreat 1 or 2 spaces. I have kind of a thing that's on reveal as well. Again, it's +4 priority if I'm standing on my droid.
Okay.
Does that change anything? Because now I'm at priority 6.
You're at priority 6 right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be a tie.
So it is a clash.
It is a clash.
I'm going to do this one. So, alright, here we go. Wham!
Oh, bam.
I did grasp, which increases my priority to 10.
Yes, and now I have a priority of 3.
Is that a good thing for you?
Stun guard of 5?
Yeah, that's still good. Yeah, unfortunately, I can still get attacked here because this actually means that if I'm between, if the damping droid is between us, I can't get hit.
Mm-hmm.
However, since I'm on it, it is not between.
Okay.
However, I do get to do some fudging around here.
Okay.
I will go ahead and go through my list here. I have no starter beat effects. We don't have any starter beat effects.
Nope.
So I calculate my range. It's 2 to 3. You're
You
within
hit.
it. I hit you for 1 damage.
Okay. Which one are you deactivating?
We're going to get rid of your
Range,
stun guard.
priority, okay, stun guard?
We'll turn off your stun guard.
Okay.
And then I get to move you 1 space.
1, right?
Yeah.
Well, I still have stun guard
That's alright. I just get to
or
move you.
soak.
I just get to move you 1 space.
If it doesn't go through soak, do I need to worry about stun guards?
No.
Also, 2. Anyway,
Yeah, this is not going to be a fair trade for me, but I moved you back, so you're on my turret, so you're going to take 1 damage at the end of the round anyways.
maybe.
Maybe. Alright, so now your activation.
My activation. You are within
3.
Yeah,
So
1 to
4.
5.
Yeah, 1 to 5.
So that's gonna be 2 damage.
Okay.
And after activating, retreat 1 space.
Fun.
Yep. Okay.
So, that ended up not the best, but I got to turn off more of her stuff. So, is that it?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, so we're on turn 8. We recycle our pairs.
Oh, the one underneath doesn't. Okay.
No, the one underneath goes back to your hand.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
we'll see how this turns out on this trade. Priority 4.
Priority 4.
I'm getting real tired of these clashes.
Indeed.
Oh, actually, reveal this opponent's base is your increases increased to 3 instead of its printed value.
Oh, so
Yeah.
that means that this is 4 plus 2, so 6.
Yep.
Okay. So I win. Yes?
Maybe.
6? Priority?
Yeah, you win the priority.
Okay.
So you're saying you win already?
No.
It's like I still got 5 life.
Okay, start a beat, activate one artifact of my choice. I'm gonna go with power.
Yeah.
And let's see. Also start a beat. Retreat 1 to 2 spaces. I can't retreat anymore.
Nope. Start a beat, I pull you in.
Which starter beat goes out first?
Yours first,
Okay.
because we deal with priorities first.
Okay. Gotcha.
So yours happens first, then mine.
Okay. So I will attack you for 5.
Yep, I'm dead.
Good. Oh, sweet.
I can't do anything else. It was unfortunate that you did that because I was guessing that you were going to try to rush me or something. So, yeah, I could have probably done a little bit more damage a few turns back if we went back 2 turns, and I would have done my finisher when you were in the middle of my turrets and everything here.
That probably would have been for the best.
Well, basically, how my finisher would work is, say you were still there, I would hit you a range 2 for 2 damage. But then I could have my turret hit you for 2. Then I could have my magneton hit you for 2. Then I could hit you with my dampening for 2. So that'd be 2, 2, 2, 2. That'd be 8 damage.
Yeah,
And
it's probably. I think I played it alright.
yeah, no. Runika is really hard to counter, especially when dealing with random characters. This is not the ideal pairing I would have had versus Runika.
Sorry.
Because Aria is definitely very tactician heavy, so I haven't actually had much time to play with her yet. So that's a good excuse there. But I mean, the real excuse was I just couldn't find a good way of beating the rush down. So that is kind of one of those things that is interesting in this game. There is a lot of rush down, but if you know how to counter it with the cards that you have, you can really change it up and make a pretty successful thing. I had opportunities there where I probably could have beat it, but the hard part was just turning off all your gear. So
Yeah. Well, you got most of it.
yeah, but I only dealt in total 7 damage to you the entire game.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
Yeah.
Nice.
This character is kind of a beast.
Yeah, yeah. Runika is pretty much a lot of people's favorites because of the heavy start, and the only way you can really avoid that is to know when to do null beats, and then also set up for victory by basically. Yeah.
Winner.
Oh, but I mean, if versus another beatdown character, Runika kind of doesn't do as well, especially if they beat her priority.
I understand that. She doesn't really have much priority boosting at all.
No, it was unfortunate that we had so many clashes, but then we had special abilities that kind of mixed it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's just keeping in mind the actual numbers rather than the first printed.
That's the problem with characters like Aria and Lem. They are heavily reliant on having certain priority numbers. Usually going first if they can, or going second if they can avoid damage. In this case, the lack of stun guard for Aria really hurts her. I mean, between the 2 cards I have, basically all I have is these 2 stun guards here from Shot and Strike, and then also I should have started off the game with my dampening droid, because then I could have just kept it between you and me and kept negating damage with this attack pair, and then causing a null beat with dash maybe the next turn.
Good game.
Yep. So I learned a little bit. I hope you did too, and I hope the viewers did as well. So if you're interested in seeing more of this kind of, if you're interested in seeing more of this content, we are thinking about maybe doing like a sort of tournament where we're gonna have a few of our friends over and maybe do a few characters apiece and play them to the best of our ability. Best 2 out of 3. And we'll put all that on YouTube if people want. So other than that, let us know if you like this content. We could do more actual plays or play sessions. Hopefully this isn't running too long, and hopefully you like the little digital enhancements we had where we put up like the cards and showed you what we were doing every turn. So, we have the issue where we've only got these attack pairs that we can build up with this deck. But thankfully, if you get the big box, as I said, you get the beta pairs, or beta bases as they're called, which is just a different style of attacking. I probably would have chosen a beta base, which is a little bit more maneuverable for this character. But if you also get the armory package or have access to the other delta bases, there's another whole different attack style in there that you could utilize. Again, I'm not sure about the balance, but it's an interesting way of kind of customizing fighters. And the armory does have a little bit of a customization guide on how to switch out the bases and make it a bit more fair for both people to kind of customize their fighters even more to play exactly how you want them to do. And it's a really kind of a great strategy when you know which kind of opponent you're facing up against. Or if you just like to play around, they have a whole bunch of like special bases and weapon bases that you can throw in there, so that way you have even more options on your turn to attack with. Because in the end of this game, I think the bases are basically what you're attacking with, and the styles are just kind of there to really emphasize how they work. So that being said, the armory you can usually find pretty cheap, usually on sale. Otherwise, it's $20. It's a great investment for your game. We'll show you maybe a few of those in the future if we ever have another rematch here. If I play against Runika, I'm definitely going to take some ability to maybe change up to the beta bases. Hey folks, quick edit note here. Big oops on my part.
What?
These things are activated when you're adjacent to them as well.
That would have helped you out so much.
Yeah, it would have. Yep. Sorry folks, I played dumb and I paid for it.